My experience all around has been really good, and I appreciate this opportunity to tell my story. It's a lot of hard work that goes into sort of building your career. It's hard work, but it's not hard to do. You can do it, and I would say try and stay positive.
Hi, I'm James Lewis from London Works, and I'm going to be speaking to Tomi Babson about his journey through employment so far.
My name is Tomi Babson. I currently work at Barclays as an ESG Sustainability Analyst.
How have you been finding that?
It's been really good. A lot of the work has been challenging, which I appreciate. Considering climate change is very complex. I think working from home from COVID has been also a learning experience for me. It's my first time working from home and for such an extended period of time. But I think it's also interesting because there are things you can learn, for example, when it comes to presentation. Everything's virtual, so you're also able to sort of develop skills there. But you're also missing that physical contact, which I think is key for the work.
How have you and your career prospects developed over the last 2 years?
I think my career prospects have changed within the last 2 years. Coming into ESG from a CSR background somewhat at Elba, I've definitely been able to refine my skills and made them a bit more tailored to potential jobs I'm going to do in the future with regards to stakeholder management, being able to communicate, research and analyse different topics, draft different materials.
You were speaking about the working from home aspect. How do you think you've been able to stay motivated with your work during this pandemic?
What kept me motivated, I guess, was just understanding that it's only a temporary situation and it's best to make the most out of it. Go from there, really.
How important would you say networking has been for you, especially in terms of helping you with getting to know people in your career?
Networking has been instrumental. Yeah, I think for my career so far, it's probably been one of the biggest things I could say. You have to actually reach out to people, which isn't easy considering you not meeting them face to face. But I think it's definitely necessary if you want to try and develop contacts, learning new ideas and insights into different areas. Being able to sort of leverage those perspectives that you gain is really helpful.
You've been associated with Albin and London Works since your internship. How do you feel they've helped you and what's that been like?
Albin's helped me with mentors, just general advice, how to make the most out of my first month or so, setting me into my work, CV advice. I think the relationship has been really, really good. I enjoyed my time when I was working at Albin during my internship, and I think the work I did was really helpful and interesting in different ways, going inside into different corporates and sort of challenge the way they do things and try and bring them on board to different opportunities that we were doing from an education standpoint.
Obviously, it's an incredibly hard time during the pandemic. What advice would you have for young black men that are finding difficulty finding employment?
Know what it is you want to do. I guess it's always so easy to jump at different opportunities may come at you, but knowing what it is, think about what areas you're interested in, find out what your interests are, try and get into contact with people who work in those areas if you can, or ask around. You just have to kind of be determined, find that sort of tenacity. Although it's hard, you know, at the end of the day, you sort of have to fight for what you want to get and be determined that no one's going to sort of stop you from achieving that. Make use of the resources you have available. If you're a recent graduate, use your university resources. They have targeted jobs for alumni specifically. Speak to different careers, advisors or recruiters, and try and focus on what skills you have. If you've been able to develop some skills during lockdown, work towards your interests, I would say, most importantly, and think about what it is the employer is looking for and how you can bring your skills on board to help them in that process.
That was another great talk. I really enjoyed it with Tomi. I found out how he kept motivated, how important it is to network. And next, I will be talking to Khalil. So make sure you stay tuned in for another episode.